Alright, hey everyone, my name is Jacob. I'm with Kingdom Overlanding, and today's video we're going to be going over the truck, specifically the KC lights and the Auxbeam switch, and exactly what I had to do to get it to work finally on this vehicle. So stay tuned, give me a like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, and thanks for watching. So first thing I want to jump into is going to be the light bar. Alright, so definitely not going to subject you to that wind noise entire video, so we're going to do the best we can. What I'm saying right now essentially is that the roof rack we have up there, the Ford Expedition roof rack, which you can find on my website, kingdomoverlanding.com, it fits the Raptor light bar from KC. That's the great thing about the Expedition, is that it shares a lot of the same features that the Ford Raptor does. So this light bar fits on to our roof rack, and so far we're loving it. You know, it really does the job of projecting light extremely far down the trail and gets us to our campsites. Alright, so moving on to the mounting hardware for the Gravity Pro 6 light bar. I did end up cutting and drilling a couple holes in this hardware that KC sends with it. Fits fine, no problem there. It's all bolt-on, no welding, so that's really nice. Do plan on adding our own brackets for this whole entire setup, so if anybody's looking for that, that'll be available on our website shortly. But that will also be just directly bolt-on as well. No cutting or welding. We don't want any kind of difficulty with installation. We want you guys to be able to just put this on and throw your gear on and start camping and enjoying your time off-roading. One other note on the light bar. So I had to make a slight modification for the fitment onto the Expedition roof rack. It's not a big negative. It's just a little bit of a modification. There's no wind noise. You can't hear anything on the inside. That's been great. It was plug and play, and it worked. This one little drawback I found out is that the light bar, over the course of riding down the road, tended to droop down, and it lost that upright position, projecting light far down the road. So made that modification, which I'll go into later, and it's been great so far. There hasn't been any issues. Like I said, this light bar bolts on directly to our roof rack, and it's been a great piece to our entire setup. Just having so much light on the trail when we're looking for camp at night is perfect. Alright, these are the 10-inch C-Series LED. They come in a 4 light pack. They're 100 watt flood beams. Typically these will go on the KC M-Racks, but we've got these on ours built in. They are also completely bolt on, and they're really like an amazing light, because obviously we've never really had any kind of light coming off the side of the vehicle, so having these now being able to project light way off the road greatly helps when we're trying to find a campsite specifically. So great light, great location. Once again, they're all bolt on, and they're also recessed in just so slightly, just so that whenever we're scraping and driving down the trail, they're not going to get damaged by branches or anything like that. As you can see, there's my bracket right there. That's just the prototype that we made, but it's going to be very similar to this. This isn't powder treated or nothing. It's just raw steel, so obviously it's rusting. I've been testing it out. But yeah, bolts directly onto the roof rack, and fits great. Hasn't moved. It's just plug and play. So one more light that I do want to add in the near future is I want to put a light bar on the back here. It's the KC multifunction chase light. It's actually a really cool light. You get turn signals, brake lights, and the chase lights, like a flashing chase light. So you can wire those into the vehicle, the brake lights and the turn signal to work with the factory lights. So those are really cool. As obviously to have some white light in the back for camp and and then the amber for chase. So those are my website as well. Check them out. All right, moving on to the wire harness. I'm using the MRAC Universal all-in-one wire harness, and it's been super easy. It connects all 4 of the side lights and the front light bar. I'm able to control the left and right side individually, as well as the front light bar. So essentially 3 switches. That is super convenient. Couldn't ask for anything more than that. It's got a mesh material that covers it, kind of keeps it safe from abrasions or whatever, but I do have it zip tied up in the roof rack. And then right here we've got the KC wire hider. This is a like a rubber type material that basically contains the wire on the windshield, so very good product. Moving into the engine bay, so the switch system. I have got the Auxbeam switch system, just the one I chose. Very affordable. I believe it's about 160 bucks for their 8-bank switch, and so far I've been very pleased with it. Alright, here we got the wire harness coming off the windshield, feeds down into the fuse box, and right here you can see all 3 wires for controlling the left, right, and center lights, all individually on separate switches. So another cool feature with the Auxbeam is that it comes with its own breaker switch, and that's very handy because if for whatever reason I need to cut power to the entire system, all I have to do is flip that. I don't have to worry about unhooking the battery or unplugging anything. All I gotta do is flip that breaker. Fuse wire right here is the switch, and that runs along the cowl. Yeah, so I've just got that cable zip tied to the bottom of the cowl here, and it runs into the cab through this driver's side grommet. And that is the wires for the switch. That wire for the switch coming out of that grommet, got it tucked in behind the pedals and then behind the trim, and I ran it up behind this trim right here to come out right under this air vent, and that was previously a Ford coin holder. So, but here's that coin holder. I took that thing out, popped it off, and bolted this in its place, and it's pretty solid. But if I need to at some point down the road, I can always take this off and put this back in there. No one will ever know. Yeah, so a nice little convenience that comes with the Auxbeam is that I can power this up whenever I turn the key on. So it's not going to drain your battery overnight. This light gets left on, and as soon as I press the car off again, it turns off. Alright, moving on back into the engine bay. I've got this red cable here, which is the power accessory cable, and what that does is it essentially turns on the switch. It runs power into this fuse panel on the Auxbeam, and that is typically done from a fuse box on the vehicle. And essentially what it does, it allows you to turn on your switch with the accessory on your key's ignition turned on. So it was kind of a hassle because I did not want to just jam this line, you know, wrap it around a fuse and jam it in a fuse slot. I wanted to do it right and have it reliable. So I had to find a fuse tap that would fit the Ford, and that was very difficult to find. But I was able to find it, and I also ran that inside on the passenger side of the cab. I did not want to cut into this fuse box in the engine bay because that would compromise that box to dust or dirt or water. So now I've safely got this line running inside the passenger side and tapped into a fuse. You can see that add a fuse right there. Basically taps into a non-essential fuse on this passenger side fuse box, and it runs back up into the engine bay through another grommet. But this thing was a hard find because these fuses are not the normal fuse types. They're very small, and I was able to find one. So I'll definitely put that link down below. Got it on Amazon, and it's been working out great so far. But this fuse is the heated steering wheel, so not essential, and it works great. So one other note as well, I did attach this fuse panel to a bolt that was already there. So I kind of tucked it in next to these power cables, and I didn't drill any holes, didn't bolt anything new. I just took off that screw you see right there, slid the mounting hardware for this fuse panel in there, and bolted it right up. The ultimate goal here is just to try and keep this light bar aligned where I want it to be aligned at on the roof rack, as far as not tilting down. So what I'm going to do is I moved this support in from here to here. I'm going to do the same on this side, so move it to this spot and kind of just shrink in the supports on both sides to give a little bit more help there. So I'm hoping that will do the trick, and if that does not, then we'll have to figure something else out. But yeah, I'm gonna move these supports in, get the curvature back, put all the bolts back together, hook it back up, and then give it a test run tonight. That is it. We have made all the adjustments, got the light bar back on the rack. We've got all the wiring systems finally completed. Got the switch to power on when the vehicle is turned on, so don't worry about draining the battery. And yeah, all that's left now is go test it out, hit some bumpy roads, see if this light bar stays aligned, stays pointed up where I want it to be, and you know, give it a true test. I mean, if this doesn't work, it's going to be a tough moving forward because, I mean, I can't be out there on a trail constantly adjusting this light bar. It needs to be up there and stay put where I want it to be and just function. So we're going to take it out tonight, give it a test, and see how it works. All right, here we go. The final test is about to begin. All the hard work on getting that light bar ready. We're going to find out if it's going to work or not. So cross my fingers. I mean, it's an awesome light bar, but it's got to stay where I can use it, where I can see the light and see the road in front of me. So I'm going to drive around right now on this dirt road, go through all the normal off-roading we usually do, and when the sun goes down, probably about 20-30 minutes or so, we'll give it a good test and see how the lights fit. Alright, here we go. Got the official night test. Here is headlights. Headlights only. And light bars. Boom! Lit up. Yeah, I would say it's definitely passing the test. I know it's probably hard to see, obviously, but I am definitely pleased. Once again, just headlights and light bar. Just lit up. Okay, so just headlights and light bar. No lights. Lights, there we go. Boom, full lit up switch panel. Love it. Alright guys, there you go. Mission success. I'm gonna keep the KCs. Yeah, so they stayed up right where I wanted. I think moving those supports one light in really did the trick. It just kind of added more rigidity to the center of the light because the thing is heavy. So worked perfect. I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep the KCs. Just kidding. I was always gonna keep them. Anyways, check out my website, kingdomoverlanding.com. I've got all their products there. I'm a dealer now, so feel free to check that out. If you guys have any questions, comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.